no one asked them to do it, and I look at them, they're half dead in the mountain. And I said, I wish I was up there with them. I'd rather be half dead on the side of a mountain than half alive on the edge of a couch. And she said to me, maybe you're depressed. And I said, maybe I am, but I'm still fucking tired. So she asked me to see a psychiatrist, and when your wife asked you to see a psychiatrist, I said, okay. I made an appointment with this fellow in Galway. He said, come on in, Mr. Tiernan. And I knew by the sound of him, he was as tired as I was. So, we shut the door and slept for an hour. We see each other 3 times a week. So, yeah,
You've lost the beard.
I had to lose the beard.
Why?
Well, it was no longer possible to eat in public. I love soup, and no matter how much soup I had on the spoon, nothing got into my mouth. I was having to go out and eat with a napkin, and wipe and swallow. So I said to hell with the beard now. So.
Can I tell you now that I didn't really think it suited you?
You didn't think it suited me?
No.
All right.
Yeah, not that you care.
Looking back now, Ray, if you'd have told me then, I may well have got rid of it sooner. I may well. I can see myself walking into Kazam in Galway going, well, Ray Darcy doesn't like it. Whip it off. Yeah, they go through change. So I'm going bald as well. Sometimes it happens to men is that when you're going bald, you grow a beard to show women you're still hairy.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't mind going bald in a way, and I know there's transplants and everything.
Yeah. Would you?
I couldn't. No, I wouldn't. I get a hand. If I was doing anything, because I can transplant anything. There was a fella 2 years ago in England who got a face transplant. You remember him? He had no face, and there was a two-faced fucker living down the road. And he said, that's what he said. That's what he said. He said, gives to go your face. And if I was going to get anything transplanted, I'd get a hand, just an extra little hand there. And you know when you'd use it most? You'd use it most when you're on the bus that they send to bring you from the plane to the terminal. And you're wobbling from side to side. A little hand just to grab onto the grey plastic strap. So I wouldn't bother with more hair. I'm done with that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated by comedians because it's a very odd life you lead. Do nothing all day, and then you go out there for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I know you.
But hang on now. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Doing nothing, you make that sound bad, Ray. My father was always trying to impress me with the necessity of hard work.
Right.
He would say, Tom, you get nothing in this life without hard work. And I'd look over at the well-fed dog having his 14th nap of the day. And when I moved to Galway in 1988, I couldn't believe the dole. I couldn't. Money for nothing. They gave you money and not only was it money for nothing, you had to promise not to do anything. And this I said, I have found my people. We travel during the day.
Yeah, of course. But at night, hour and a half, and you're buzzed up to the nines.
Yes.
How do you relax after? Do you watch Netflix or TV or what? No.
A drink. I love drinking, I think it's, there's a report in the paper recently, I don't know if you read this recently, that said a glass of wine a day cuts the risk of stroke. Imagine what 2 would do. Huh? You'd be on the pig's back with 5, wouldn't you? Now, it would increase the likelihood of you doing something stupid. like making a pass at your sister-in-law, but at least you'd be safe in the knowledge that you wouldn't get a stroke while you're out. And so, you know.
So the new show is called Under the Influence.
Under the
See what I
Influence
did there?
is the new show.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Very smooth.
And you're back. You're back all over the place. And we're Wexford, Upper House, Galway, 3 in the INEC in Killarney, and there's 11 nights in Bickerstone. 14. 14.
Well, up to 14. Inflation.
How many have you done in total?
I've done about 230 or 240. It's an amazing venue, but I get just as much of a buzz going around the country. You know, we were in Limerick there. What day is today? Saturday, is it?
Yes.
We were in Limerick on Wednesday. And I don't know if you heard this, but in Limerick recently, the Virgin Mary appeared
on the side of the house.
On the side of a house. And I'd be a big believer in all that, Ray. People think because I take the piss out of religion that I don't have. You know what Leonard Cohen said? You say I took the name in vain. I don't even, not in this accent now. I don't even know the name. And even if I did, well, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter which one you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So I say that as a believer now. There are questions about God and the afterlife that people get their knickers in a twist over. There's no point. Asking, is there life after death? Right? There's only one way to find out. After you, Geronimo. Do you know what I mean? Asking, is there life after death is like asking, is there milk in the fridge? Open the fucking door. Right? People ask, you know, Tom, if there's a God that loves us, why is there evil in the world? Why aren't there fucking hedgehogs? I don't know. Nothing can eat a hedgehog. I don't even know how hedgehogs make other fucking hedgehogs. We live in a world of mystery. Get used to it. But my question about the Virgin Mary was, how come she only appears in places where people know who she is? She's never appeared in the side of an igloo. And 2 Eskimos going, who in the name of snow is that? So I love, even though we're doing all these dates around the country, I just love the travelling, you know, I get a huge buzz out of it. I love killing crows.
How do you do it?
I run over them. That's one of bad bastards. This is what crows are. Crows are just bad-minded bastards. And you run over a crow, and I guarantee you, in about 5 minutes' time, there'll be another crow eating that crow, and a third crow on the wall telling the second crow he's loads of time. They are bad bastards, is crows.
How about Christmas? Are you taking a break from Christmas?
There'll be a short enough break around, because about 10 days or so.
And is it a Christmassy household?
It is, but the kids get... Like, we have a 4-year-old, you know, and like, he's amazing in that he'd ask you questions that have no answer. You know, are bees afraid of foxes? And you're there. You tell him you're tired, you know, and you're there.
Here's a good one. Just say, we must Google that tomorrow.
We must Google that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We won't have the internet in Connemara.
All right, go on.
We hear his footsteps in the night, you know. And he's in a pitter-patter footsteps, you know. You have a decision to make, like, you know. But they go down the hall. And they stop. And you have to check it out. So I'm down the other night, and he was in the toilet, staring into the bowl, you know. So I had to look like, you know. Looked in, and I said, Dad, I did 2 poos. which one is the biggest? So I had a look and I said, I think that one there is the biggest one, son. You're a legend. So it's stuff like that kind of you pass the time with kids. So Christmas, you know, it'll be great, I'm sure.
Yeah. The DVD, this is the one, you've done how many of those now?
This is about the 9th one, and I think it's the best one.
I was watching it today and I lost track of time, so that's always a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was late in for work.
Yeah, yeah.
As a result.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Thanks.
No,
Thank you.
this is honest.
Okay.
Honest, yeah.
There's no cameras here, so I'll just me and you talking. Thank you.
Out of the whirlwind, Tommy Tiernan, and we get you tell them then. Go on.
All right. First of all, that was taken. That photograph there. I don't know if you can get in on it. It was taken in Lough Corrib in Galway, and my 4-year-old was on the bank as I was climbing into the water. And as I was going in, he shouted, "Mind your peanuts, Dad!" So there's one for everybody in the audience.
Enjoy that. So that was recorded at the beginning of the room in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And you're very happy with it.
I am delighted with it. It was 2 or 3 years worth of touring and boiled it down to the strongest hour of material, and that's what we did. So.
It's been a mad year, isn't it? Because that's what people do this time of year, look back at the year it was. Like Trump.
I don't. I've no time for Trump. You know, I know that he grows his hair on a golf resort in County Clare, but I don't. I'm just look. The Americans are mad. They're entitled to him.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad he's not in charge of here. You know, we build a wall. Where would you build a wall here? Around the M50 to stop culchies coming to Dublin. Do you know?
You're a country.
I'm a country too. I'd be delighted to stay in Galway. I don't just. It doesn't interest me that much as a creature. You know, I find that because we've been sold the news today as entertainment. So sometimes what happens is that you end up viewing the news as entertainment. So to me, it was like watching Dallas. Him versus Clinton was like JR versus Lucy. You know, so it made no real impact on me other than watching it as a drama. You know, it didn't bother me at all. You know.
People knew you were coming in and we asked them had they any questions for you.
Right.
Let's see what we go. Simon earlier on, Eilish got to kiss Johnny Ward under the mistletoe, so Simon has a chance to get his own back now. Simon is Eilish's boyfriend. He's sitting here in the VIP seats. Move over there, let me in. You have a question for Tommy?
I have, Tommy. First of all, I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Second of all, what's the most difficult thing about being a comedian?
The long hours. You know, I'd often have to work from 8:45 until about 10:30. Like, consecutively. You know, all those minutes in a row. So that would be... I find that the hardest, really. I think, in fairness, the travelling is probably the most difficult part of it.
Right. How's it? You look good down there, actually. It's good from this perspective. Yeah. Thanks, Simon. Give Simon a round of applause. Carl Rush. Where's Carl Rush? Oh God, this is going to be awkward. Right, Carl Rush. We're in a rush here to get to Carl Rush. Right, sorry about this. You have a question for Tommy Tiernan. Stand up there. There you go.
I think Joy might have the question.
Right, Joy, you stand up as well. You stand up. Between the two of you, can you muster up a question?
Tommy, who would you like to kiss under mistletoe? Me or him?
Do you see this here, do you? This is supposed to ward off crazy bitches.
Nothing good. Thank you very much. Come here again.
Joy.
Carl and Joy. Okay, so Tommy, you're back on the telly in the new year as well.
Yes, I'm doing a chat show. I'm doing a chat show called the Tommy Tiernan Show, which starts in January on RT1.
Right.
So the idea for the chat show is that I don't know who the guest is until they walk out, and there was a few times as well I didn't know who they were even after walking out. And so the idea behind it was that a chat show not so much sold on who you have on in terms of big names or celebrities, but when you get two people who are thrown together unexpectedly in this studio with the big crowd and the lights, something has to happen. Just the pressure of the situation dictates that a combustion of some sort will take place. Either a sincere one, authenticity, mad, or funny. And they were the kind of, they were the live ingredients for it. And that's the notion I had for the show when RT said.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was very difficult to prepare for because, you know, I wasn't able to do any research on any, I didn't know who was going to turn up. So I'd be up in the dressing room and I'd convince myself that I'd know who it was. I'd say, Gabriel Byrne, I just know it's going to be Gabriel Byrne and I haven't a fucking thing to say to him. And I get myself all in a tizzy, but not, you know, so, but it was high pressure. I think I learned that you don't get the release without the pressure.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and I loved it, and I hope that when it goes out in January, people enjoy it.
It starts on Thursday the 5th of January at 10:15. Is it just called Tommy Tiernan Show?
I wanted to call it the Angelus.